Hi Nick, it's Sunday. I'm driving. We're going to Lake Placid again. This is not my car. This is also not Caitlin's car. This is also not my motorcycle. This is Mitchell's car. I'm super nervous. We have to drive Mitchell's car because Caitlin's car is not in a happy place. I realize that's vague. Her car isn't like destroyed or anything, but it's just not having the best time turning on. Toby the Magic Mobile is not feeling so magical, and we don't know why. We jumped it twice, and the jumping made it work. That sounds like the car is like jumping. Is this it?
This is it. Shaky, 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 shaky,
yeah, it's a little shaky. Shaky, shaky, shaky. Also, no power steering. Also, the emergency brake doesn't work, so when you stop it, you have to put it in gear, or else. It does have this cool shifter though that Mitchell happened to insert a nickel into, because it's a perfect size and shape. So we're going to Lake Placid to go back to that tea shop where Caitlin will be selling her ceramics. Yay! Caitlin Hritzko Ceramics. We didn't get her business card yet, but they're coming in. I'll show you when they come in. You think you are not getting in this video. I'm gonna blur your face. I don't care what I have to do. These roads are windy. Power steering is what I don't have. Cup number 1. Cup number 2. Cup number 3. Cup number 4. Bowl number 1 is actually a knitting bowl, and what you do is you thread the yarn through the little holes here, or one of the little holes, so that your ball of yarn can stay in here and you can just pull it through and the yarn will spin inside the bowl. Makes knitting a little bit more convenient if you're a knitter. This is bowl number 2. This is my popcorn bowl that Caitlin decided to sell. I'll never get a popcorn bowl now. Each of the cups is going to be sold for, I think, $16. And each of the bowls will be sold for, I think, $36. We did the math, and hopefully we'll come up with a profit of, and when I say we, I really just mean Caitlin. Hopefully she'll come up with a profit of about $50, a little over $50. And that's taking out, like, the gas that it takes to get there and back. In the video that we took down, that you put up last night, you said, in response to my thoughts about the leaders of our generation and stuff like that, you said that you didn't really know what I was talking about, like who a voice of a generation would be. And I guess what I was really thinking about was like Bob Dylan, and how he was considered like the spearhead of the counterculture movement and the voice of his generation. But I think your response sort of sums up what I was thinking about, or like made it more evident to me that that's not really something that can happen. Like there can be no one single voice, and there can be people that lead movements, but those are only movements. Those are only large groups of people within a larger group of people. And I think one of your friends said that Obama was the voice of our generation, which might be true. I mean, he's definitely a leader, there's no question about that. The fact that he's the president is sort of comes with the territory. I also heard your friends talking about how Obama's gonna ruin the country, and how Mitt Romney also would have ruined the country. I don't think that either of those things are true. I don't think it's possible for one man to ruin an entire country, especially with the type of government system that we have, in which it's so difficult for any one governmental action to happen, because it has to go through such a long process to even become like an actual law or anything like that. And I think anything that makes it through all of that process is really something that would benefit our country. If like 2/3 majority in the Senate or in the House of Representatives can pass pass a law or pass a bill to a law for the president to sign, and still the Supreme Court is allowed to say that it's unconstitutional. Like, I think those odds are pretty good that whatever's going through all of that system is going to be worthwhile. Politics aren't my favorite thing. I do, like, encourage political debate and, like, economic conversation, but I just don't really agree with people that assert, like, Obama's gonna ruin the country because he sucks. Like, that's not... There's no foundation in that. There's no real argument there. Just, like, inform yourselves a little bit better before you go and make silly claims like that. You left me with not a lot of time to respond to your video, but here it goes. I really liked your poems. The link that I sent you about the Japanese national anthem says that the song is based on a waka poem, and then when you click the link to waka, it sends you to tanka, so I just imagine that waka is, like, I don't have the time to do the research about it, but I think that waka is, like, a form of tanka. I wrote mine as well. I wrote them in a particular fashion so as to expedite my video response. My haiku goes like this. Every day I write beautiful haikus and stuff. Just kidding, I don't. And my tanka goes like this. We should write haikus. We should also write tankas. All day, air day, yo. Just kidding, not all day long, but at least one in each vid. This might seem like a cop-out, but I don't think that we should talk about, like, Allie, mom, or dad's Christmas presents on YouTube. Like, I think the word might get out, but we should talk about that. That's a good point. I agree. Also, in our next couple of videos, I wouldn't mind sticking to this theme of writing and poetry. We haven't really gotten to talk about that quite yet, and I'm a good ways through my Poetry 2 class, and I'd like to maybe start showing you my stuff. And I do want to talk to you about that poem you wrote, but not right now because I don't have a whole lot of time. Nick, thank you for being so sweet and genuine and good. I'll see you tomorrow.